Hi everyone, I'm continuing my tour of nonprofit organizations highlighting women in the 8th District who are serving the community by doing nonprofits. I'm with Sandy Flagg right now. We're in Granby, and she is the president of Waste Not, Want Not. And I'm going to turn it over to her and let her tell you a little bit about what her organization does.
Thank you. So today's a Monday, and today is a receiving day. What we do at Waste Not, Want Not is predominantly on a Wednesday. For 14 years now, it's been Wednesday, and we serve a hot meal. Right now, because of pandemic, the end of the pandemic, thank goodness, we are serving the meal packaged, but we serve 300 to 350 or more meals every Wednesday. And as I said, right now they're packaged, and our goal is to get back to family-style sit-down dinner. And we hope to do that in the coming weeks, that we'll be back to everybody coming in and still getting groceries to take home, but also to sit and have the camaraderie and the fellowship and the sense of community that we had established during our first few years here. But in a few weeks, we'll be able to open windows, and we'll have people to do overflow in picnic tables outside.
Terrific.
So that's our goal.
That's
to
terrific.
be able to serve all the people who need to come or choose to come, but to serve them in a little bit more gracious way than a plastic or cardboard container to take home with them.
So food insecurity has been a huge issue. Have you found that your services have grown and have the needs become more demanding?
When we started 14 years ago, they like to say, it was Lori Love, who owned a health food store here in town, who actually started this organization. So they started, and the first meal, at which there were about 13 people, was bagels, rice, and beans. And so we like to say that that's what we started with. And yet, before the pandemic, we had somebody who was such a good cook, and he made roast pork tenderloins wrapped in bacon. Ooh. And then we had trays of Brussels sprouts, because that's what we'd gotten. But we will have some kind of protein, not always bacon wrapped pork. But then we serve 1 to 2 vegetables and a starch. Maybe applesauce, because we seem to never run out of apples that have been gleaned from the grocery store. Applesauce, a fruit salad, a tossed salad, and then a huge selection of desserts and bread and butter. And then in the dining room, we will have coffee, decaf coffee, hot water for tea, iced tea, a juice, and people sit with their friends, and if they don't have friends, they make friends. They bring their kids, other people interact with their kids, so that grandmothers get to be with little kids, and little kids get to be with somebody besides their immediate family. And real fellowship and bonding takes place when we have that indoor dining. So I am very anxious to get back to that, because I know that there, as much as food security is a major thing, the benefits of the community and the interaction is just as valuable. As I said, there was about 13 at that first meal 14 years ago, and then we routinely served 80, 100, 110, 115 people. Now we're serving, last week it was in the 350s.
Wow, so
and
you've seen an increase.
So much increase, and we actually have run out of food a couple of times, so we have to have something on the back burner. When we see that we think we're going to run out, we have to start something else.
Okay.
So one night we served over 400 people, and
Wow.
I can't even explain how that happened. But it was definitely like fishes and loaves. Luckily, it was a hot dog meal, and we just kept saying, "Go get more hot dogs." And
well, somehow you seem to make it work, and that's on Wednesdays. And then why don't you tell people a little bit about what you do on Tuesdays?
So Tuesday's a prep day now, because it does take more time to do the volume that we have to do. So we'll come in early in the morning, and we'll start cooking.
Well, you're certainly a well-oiled machine here. Why don't you, is there anything that the community, are you still looking for, are you in need of volunteers? Are you in need of any food? Why don't you, this is your time for an ask.
We're always in need of volunteers because we try to tell everybody, anybody can volunteer, and we'll have you come in and we'll see what job is best suited for you. I ask people to come in and kind of get the feel of the room and the situation, because some people can handle anything and other people need to be more gentled in. So we want everybody to feel comfortable. And so we need extra volunteers always. And like the 2 girls I introduced you to, they are home from college for a week. And so we won't see them again for a very long time, maybe this summer. But today we had jobs for them. And so that was good. So I always, when somebody calls me, I say, yes, we always need volunteers. So please come whenever you can, see what it's like, talk to me about your feelings and what you would like to do, and then we'll see how we can fit you in.
Do you need any food at all?
We always need food.
What can you use?
And we are so blessed with our relationship with Food Share, and we do grocery store gleaning now. So the challenge there is we don't know what we're going to get until we get it. So that's why we have so many freezers downstairs, and we're able to hold things until we have enough of one item. To use it for a meal, to use it for the volume that we have. But sometimes we have to go and buy extra. So what I say is what we always need is some money. But in that we have been fortunate as well. We don't have to pay rent where we are, and that's a blessing. And we have people in this community who help us. And the pandemic actually helped us with that as well, because more people who were just average means have been giving money. And I think that's not a typical trend. I actually had somebody call me one day during the beginning of the pandemic, and I could relate so well, because this gentleman said, "You're the person that works with that charity that has so many cars. I see you all the time there on Wednesday." Yes, I am. And he said, "I need to do something to help you, because something is wrong with this world that people don't know where their food's going to come from." He just was a hardworking man, and he lives down the road, but he was seeing evidence of
the pandemic and its effects.
Of a panic and a pandemic. And he was very sincere when he said, "I have to do something about it, and I will never, ever receive money that's of more value to me than that."
Well, you heard it here that they could, Waste Not, Want Not can really use some financial support. So if you're able to do that, I encourage you to do so. And I thank you so very much for allowing me to highlight an organization that not only feeds people's stomachs, but feeds their hearts.
We hope.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.